Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you are new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
I'll be sharing a document with you guys. Soon you will be having a report writer or Word file on your portal. This will help you to have a common idea of type of reports. We have what is custom report, the number of types available in custom report, and have given out some example as for two examples of advanced report, two examples of one example of matrix report as it's simple and a advanced report. I will be adding some more example in that report writer. This helps you to this helps you to create few of reports from your own setup. It gives you an overall overview of standard report. How? What is your task to create a custom report? And then I've added an example of simple report, then type of custom reports available. We with us in the tenant and in the problem statement, starting page number 4, it gives you basically you can say industry scenario, industry based scenario. One of our stakeholder in the current organization asks us to have a report which says in progress, compensation change. They just provide you one or two statement what we need. Go to page number 4. It says a promise statement says prepare a report which shows in progress. They will ask you we have this requirement currently. We are processing certain EIBs or some transactions, and when we are in middle of processing, we get to know that there is an in progress transaction or already completed transaction available into the system with the same effective date or with the same transaction type. In order to monitor or to cater these instances and to avoid such errors while during the load of the EIB, what we can do is we run this report before doing the upload. Where it help us? It help us to identify the type of transactions, the number of transactions pending for approval, and where it is pending, for who is the person. If you scroll down a bit, keep scrolling slowly, keep scrolling. This one stop here in progress, come stop there. The highlighted one, blue, highlighted one, this one. This is the tabular format, says compensation change. Can you just zoom in, change it to 100, 120% maybe. That's it now. Make it in center. Let's scroll down. No, just scroll down. This one. This one stop here. This column says you have one item listed. There is part of the actual report extraction which we handed over to the stakeholder. It's a compensation change. I have highlighted few of the confidential details. This is the person's name who is manager in finance and accounting. his or her, his basically compensation change transaction was initiated on 30th of April 2024 with an effective date of 1st of April 2023. It's been pending since long. Now that if somebody initiate a compensation transaction along with 10 other or 100 other records via EIB, the EIB will be stopped at this moment and shows and that there is one in progress transaction for this employee and we cannot. That particular employee's record cannot process through EIB. It is basically an error during the procession. In order to avoid such things, it is just one. There could be 10 others. We need a report that will tell us there is a transaction in progress. Either it can be completed by reaching out to the person where it is pending, or it can be removed from the EIB and let the awaiting person complete whenever they want. Or it can be basically cancelled on the Workday from worker history and load the upload the EIB file. Or fourth, function of fourth, the solution could be let the waiting person inform that complete this and remove it from the EIB. Any of these are. A thing comes, the ask from the stakeholder was to create a report which will help us to identify the awaiting person's name, the impacting person's name. Impacting person is nothing but an employee. It is that one employee whose transaction was initiated on 30th of April 2024 with an effective date 1 year backdated and awaiting person was his manager. Step says business process step awaiting action. There was particular step which was there and the supervisory organization, as in some organizations people are creating supervisory organizations based on their name. In some organizations people are creating supervisory organizations based on their division or the work, and the position of that employee is manager and answer currently this particular information gives you or highlights you the effective date, type of transaction and awaiting person's name. And you can directly reach out to them. This is one set of example of the report and the summary of and the in-depth analysis of this report provided in the prior pages. You can refer it. Everyone will be having a list of the report available with them. And you can get an idea of it and you can actually create it in your tenant. Similarly, there is another which says, and this is expiring employee probation period. This is another example of creating a report for HR operations for HR, BPs and HR partners. To get the report 1 month prior or 1 week prior where an employee having their probation period either expired or about expired. If you scroll down, this is a report filter or report basically criteria. You have your business object aligned in the column 1 and field in the column 2. These fields are nothing but header for the report, although these are vertically aligned here. But when you extract a report, it will be Manak. Scroll down. Do we have an extract of this report? Scroll down. If not, create the same. Scroll down more. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. This is calculated field which it is utilized in the calculate report. This is sorting. Filter instance prompt value no, not provided. The extraction of that report is Not provided, don't worry, we will create this report in the tenant to have a list of employees having their probation period information. Metrics report function also provided in this one of the example also provided in this report, the Word document file. You can have it and create your own. Let's come back to the chapter 9, and during chapter 9 we will be covering the chapter 10 as which is calculated field. Standard report we have covered in the previous class. And in this class we covering the custom reports. You are aware that standard report can be copied, can be basically scheduled and run, and the moment you copy any standard report, it won't remain a standard report. It will be turned into, or it will be changed into the custom report. We have two options. Either you pick out any standard report from any and category, or you create the custom report directly. We pick the second one. Create custom report. In the custom report we have these type available, report type available, advanced matrix, simple and search. These are part of basic reporting, then composite, inbox, transposed and trending. These are part of advanced reporting wherein you need to take additional station, and in these additional sessions you will be directly required to connect yourself with the advanced information. The trainer is providing, they don't cover the basic one because when they start covering the basic ones, there is a no logic of having the advanced sessions. Also, it will enhance the training time. These advanced classes are as usually as of 2 to 3 days at max. They will give you the list of different report, their parameters, their usage, and the possible alerts which you need to mindful of. Start with a simple one. Any naming convention you provide, CF space material. This is a report name. We have temporary report. It gives you an option in advance. Simple. I believe in metrics as it also in the simple. Report. One option is not available here, which we will see when you can convert the simple report to advanced, or when you create an advanced report directly. Optimize for performance. If this is marked, it will give you the index. Data source, which is quick to search, gives you direct result, and reports will be lighter in terms of rows and columns. And sorry, not columns, not rows, only columns. And less number of data available into the optimized performance report. Plus, you won't be able to do a cross functionality of the different business objects and different fields. However, on the non-optimized performance report, you are basically having option to non-indexed data source and non-indexed fields, wherein you can go to any field for any business object, any. related, directly related, and indirectly related field to search for your report. But all these functionalities might cause your report to run a bit slower since it will ask Workday to analyze the requirement provided into the reports, and they may take some time. Action time to connect it. Connect the business object, connect the field in the background that it comes out as a result in your report. It takes time, and it usually takes time. It's not that might is just one word, but it actually takes time. It's not that it takes 10, 15 minutes, but the difference is 2 to 3 minutes sometimes. Otherwise, it is just to within seconds. Data source a primary thing. You need to select the very basic data source is HCM. Worker for HCM reporting. This is the primary data source you can think of when you start doing the reporting section. Another one is all active and terminated workers or all active workers. And 3 data sources are there for you to test your reporting skills in the beginning. And always start from these 3. Select HCM for reporting. You can see what is stored in this HCM worker for HCM reporting. It says excess worker as its primary business object and returns. 1 Pro includes all active and terminated workers for active workers or related business objects are reported as a current date for terminated workers or related business subject reported as of their last working date. For trending reports, use the trended worker data source instead. It has this much of security groups enabled. It's a widely used 4660 plus 5, 476. Category is worker data, valid data source field. And next one is positions for JSM reporting. It says positions as primary. Business object, it will look for data related to positions, all staffing model, job requisitions, pre-hires hire, the contingent worker type of FTA type. All these things valid data source filters for all positions, all positions. These are the data source filters. 4 more filters are there than you have. Go with this one. One that too in optimized. This option appears again but in advanced reporting. There you have option to change the indexing. Change to basically what? Optimize and optimize. The simple report also have a simple overview of this. You have just a data source here. Data source filters. The multiple filters available here. We are currently going ahead with all active workers, but you have your all active worker as part of all employees, all terminated workers, all workers, regardless of the active and termination. Function contains built-in prompts for worker type, employee type, contingent worker type. Similarly, this also gives your details and also says contains built-in prompts for worker type. Employee type and contingent worker type. Built-in prompts cannot be changed and cannot be edited. They will be there on your report function. You can make him hide, you can make them available with predefined fields, whatever you feel, and you can make them mandatory and optional. These are the only option. You have the point. and that too in your advanced report, not in the simple one. You can also see this data source. You can also further drill down this data source by worker, by role. Workers for all organization, employee workers in organization for employee reviews. Go with the standard one, all active workers, any field. The five field you think of, first is name, employee name, worker name. We can see here legal name, first name and middle name, first name and last name. CFCT, first name and last name initial. Let's see what is it. It's been created by somebody as it is a calculated field. Concatenate text, then it says CF, first name and last name. Go with this. Let's see what this calculated field means. Employee ID type here, ID first one, apart from your name and ID in department. Which means, should I take supervisory as department? Supervisory. Organization, anything else. Designation, you mean business title. To the date of journey. Mean hide it. Report field cannot be activated. Anything else. How about gender? Then reporting manager. Manager level 1. Immediate manager for the worker's primary position. Anything you think of as a general data. Experience. Experience can be counted. Here held at how many year you want total experience. Total experience. How do you calculate that there in the work system? If you put something, I shared their data at the time of joy. Share the data, where do you? Put it, these things are extracted when you put somewhere. Total year of experience, you put as a text format or you submit the documented text. Format, but where do you actually put the number of dates and events in the field? You can count the number of year of experience for the current organization. In the workplace system, overall experience can only be counted if there is a takeover. You were working in company A for 5 years and company B to have recently taken over your business. Instead of marking your business, sorry, you're working. Experience to 0. They counted your original working experience, 5 years of the previous. Entity plus upcoming years, whatever is 1, 2, 3, the new entity now that you have your original hire date and continuous service date. Your original hire date will remain your hire date in the previous entity, and your continuous service date also remains a date of your previous entity. From that data, you can pull out the actual hire date or actual experience. Let's run it. The default prompt functions appear from the runtime window. It is runtime window referred as we have. We don't have to put any data there in the runtime. It is optional. As long as there is no strict mark, it is optional. You have your employee ID, you have your first name, last name, but this is not the form. There is no space between first name, last name. You have your supervisory organization. See for this as you have your business title, director, executive, techno-functional, functional, executive, techno-functional, and these are 3226 records here. Have your hire date. The hire date is provided in the MMDD UIYY format. You see here's 9016, which is MMDD. Your gender is there if mentioned, and your manager name, anything else we added. After that, if you want to add, there will be a cursor from left to available. All looks good for. Just in case you want to change anything, go to the custom report. This is your go-to option. You can edit this, you can change this. Simple report to advanced report type along with all the specifications you have recently completed or added into the simple report. You can configure the alert. You can copy this report and create your own separate report along with all the parameters, all the functions added here, all the basically report, the headers added there. But the only thing between this and this is that this actually changed the report. Type this. Don't change the report type. It will be a copy of simple report again. Then run. We recently have done this test. Tests show you 10 results of the same. Report or any report, only first 10 report, just to let whether your headers are actually capturing the set of data or not. Your fields are working, your business objects are working or not, or you have selected the set of fields and business object or not. This says change selection. Let's say you have entered something as parameter here, employee type. Let's say you have added regular as one parameter. You have your regular employees list here since it is just 10 items here. It will not give you any difference. You will just run it. Out of 3206 to 1960 employees are regular, but we don't have that function here. That header here, we can add that as worker type. To go back to your report definition, this or if you click on this or if you click on edit, both will lead you to the both will be routing you to the definition of report definition, but Edit gives you an access to edit. Won't give you an access to edit if you click on this. Let's see what is the difference. It gives you a view only mode view custom report. What report? See, of a space material you created again, you have to click on edit. Transfer ownership. Transfer the ownership to somebody else. You won't be having access to. Run the report. Sometimes view report as and make some changes. View calculated field hierarchies. This I think option gives you to type of calculated field utilized in this report. Yes, we have only utilized one calculated field. And this calculated field shows legal first name, legal last name, and where this calculated field is being currently utilizing. In these, there are 50 items where this CAF is also a calculated field which we have utilized here, is currently in use. It will give you the field hierarchy for this report. You see the description of this report here. This first value, it says workers legal. Family name, and it says workers legal first name or given name. It is worked, delivered, but it doesn't have any space in between, which is why it is connecting as what it says first name plus last name. What type of calculated field or what type of field it is. It is a concatenate text. One thing is missing, which is a space here, which is why we have our first name and last name. Appearing in this report is without the space. Last option you need to take care of. In the custom report is delete this report. Remember, delete option only appears when the report is not being utilized anywhere. When I say utilized, it should not be utilized in, or it should not be added in any dashboard. It should not be linked with any integration, or it should not be used in any of the worklet. And if these conditions are true, then you don't see the delete option, or you won't be able to delete this report since it is not utilized anywhere, and a simple report cannot be utilized anywhere. It is just for your purpose. You view it. You sometimes schedule it. You can do the scheduling. Let's say somebody gives you this parameter. Somebody gives you basically these fields to add, and you have added it, you cross verified it, and then they ask you, instead of running a report every time and reach out to you, why don't you schedule it? What you ask from them is, tell me the run frequency, or tell me on what date and a time or month you need this report, whether you need on daily basis or just 1 month, once in a month. Sorry about that, run now, which means it will run for once and all. Run once in the future means again frequency, number of time run. The report remains same, but a future date will be there. Daily recurrence means report will run daily basis weekly. Recurrence means report will run weekly basis. Monthly recurrence means report will run on monthly basis. I remember we did select a report to some frequency The last time did we to check it when we meet next time. Cool, populate default values. No, issues populate. Set it up today and see on next 14th or maybe tomorrow. I think we have selected Friday, Saturday, Sunday in one of the class I selected. I think it is in this class only last 3 days selected. Now issues if not. Remember, populates default prompt values, which means the runtime window showing. Prompt it will be populated in their report extraction if you want to have this the imprint of the report first 4, 5, 6 columns filled with the runtime window prompt. And this is your report criteria. What is the prompt? What do you need to extract in the report? Specify value. If it is blank, it's what? What type of worker you want? We want both. What type of employee you want? Or if you don't want this, you can go back to the chain selection and remove the runtime. Prompt it won't ask you for this much of option. Scheduling. Priority will be normal. Standard remains normal if it is not that much of critical report. Keep it low. If it is a critical report, keep it high or critical workday will leave every other. Scheduling aside, when the time hits and run this report and send it to the recipient if it is high, it will leave all other high, important, normal and low tasks and complete the high one first. If it is low, once these three completed, then it will come to this recurs every in 2 weeks. Once in a week it says once in an alternate week. 2 says number of weeks is once. Alternate week. Even if you move your cursor on the field, you say enter the weekly recurrence. Frequency to schedule a recurrence every week. Enter 1 to schedule a recurrence every other week. Enter 2 by default. 1 will be their days of the week. Scheduling must include today's date and next feature date. Let's use Saturday and Sunday. Start time. Line turn. Select India time zone or whatever time zone you want or the recipient sits in. Start date and end date are effective today. What if we need to change the frequency from A weekly to monthly or weekly to daily, you can edit the frequency there if it is a change in. This you need to basically edit or set a new frequency. Remove the previous one or set a new frequency. Run frequency requires to be added in the first window when you click on the scheduling. If you want to change it, you need to request a new frequency. Oh, it was a very good time. I have invented the report. Let's see is the report scheduling is working or not. Sorry to check whether the schedule is working or not. You have another task that comes from the related action and I clicked it or not just clicked on it. Says schedule feature process. Schedule feature process rent frequency. We process type report. We have upcoming frequency AMPT which is next scheduled date and time AMPT. Report process type is report processes, the report name scheduled process. Same frequency weekly, owned by username and restricted to environment. It is IMPL which is current. We are using IMPL current start date 10th of December 2024. Recurrence end date is 21st of December 2024. Status is active because it has not completed yet. I mean this date has not passed yet or we have not made it inactive. Include expired run. Include expired run once since it has not passed any of the frequency and you have the date which is why we did not select yes. Even if you select yes, there is no frequency at all, there is no change. After 8 minutes, we will have a report run and a message appears. Here with the report extraction date and time along with the report name. Which is why I have taken this time. Anyone sitting in PT time zone can confirm the time exactly. It's 7:52 am. Yes, actually we will be having a report soon after 7 minutes. This is one sort of scheduling. Regarding to your question of frequency change, yes, you have to change the frequency and by doing that, you need to basically create a new frequency to do that. Click on scheduling again if everyone having a clear understanding on scheduling part. And yes, you can do the changes in filter as in the schedule one or go to here process type edit scheduling. It doesn't give you any option. We have to basically create a new schedule. Actually, I have a question. Suppose if we are scheduling the report, but a team requested some update in the report. Do we have to cancel schedule and edit it and reschedule? Or you can edit it. You can still go straight forward to date. The report scheduling has nothing to do with the report update. It will make the changes and schedule the report update. Schedule the correct report, whatever changes you do in the report. It will just see that the work of scheduling is to pass the report from your desk to somebody's desk on software basis. What they do is we will be having a report shortly. Somebody sitting in PT time scheduling a report to India time. What they do is they just sorry there are somebody sitting in US sending a report to US employee or any other employee, and they just setting a time and whatever report you provide them or whatever parameter you provide them configuration of what you just put there. It has nothing to do with how many rows you added after that scheduling, how many rows you deleted after that scheduling, whether it will work or not. It has nothing to do with it. Its job is to pick the report. Whatever you have that time and deliver it to somebody. Only parameter, only thing you need to take care while the schedule process works. You should not be doing any changes otherwise. Workflow will pick the previous version, previous updated file and deliver it to next person. And then if you are making some changes, let your recipient aware that we are in process of making changes. You will have this report in the next scheduling. To answer the second question, somebody asked, I think Ashutosh, you asked you have to basically schedule a new scheduling. Got it. Let's say you provide daily recurrence. As a workaround in the weekly schedule, you can do alternate weeks or once in a month kind of thing. You provide 4 in the in instead of 1. You provide the number of 4. The report will be delivered after 4 weeks. That is a workaround. But date will be selected and time will be selected, remain same. This is your another thing I missed during the session of previous scheduling, that is output, how you want your report to get extracted or delivered in the Excel format which you have created and downloaded in the report PDF or in text. Since only 3 formats are available, you can select either of one, then file to be deleted. After this is important. Remember the by default value is 5. It means once we receive the report here. Just this, once we receive a report here in the inbox or in the notification, this report automatically delete after number of days mentioned here. It doesn't mean that the entry will get deleted. The hyperlink of that report name naming functionality will get removed. Once the hyperlink is removed, you just have a standard statement mentioning there. It doesn't make any difference whether That standard statement will be there for 30 days, 25 days, 20 days. Thank you. Won't be able to extract the report from that. Do not output an empty report if you check it. If you don't have any data in that particular day or for that fields available. It won't populate any report, generally the type of reports we are creating. Are having standard data, worker is worker name. This function happens when payroll wants a report in terms of monthly report, in terms of new hire and termination details. Probability is that there is one particular month where there is no hire at all until the time the report reflects into the workplace system, or delivered into the payroll system. Payroll have their own cutoff. Standard cutoff, which I am aware of, is somewhere between 15 to 20. For India payroll, for us payroll it is, since us payroll works on bi-weekly. Marath, you are there, it's bi-weekly and monthly, bi-weekly both. For you, the cutoff would be somewhere around 8 to 10 of the respective week. Because your payout time is somewhere around 14, 15 for first and second payout would be somewhere around 20, 25 plus minus 2, 3 days. We now have our report reflecting here whatever we provided as in scheduling. It says 2 to 30 GMT, 5 and 30 and the Excel format here and the name of the report, and it is done at the columns, the values we provided and the parameter. Remember we made the selection in the parameter, in the contingent, in the worker type we selected both. In the employee type we selected all and in the value type it's selected. All we don't have any value. We will see why we don't have a value. I believe we have selected all parameters at all, which is why we don't have a value. We will counter this issue. Next is hide prompt values. If you select this, whatever you mentioned here, it will be hidden and you have your value. Don't share report output. If you mark this, specify the sharing option for the report output. Note that selecting share report output with other users. Below, you are authorizing the specified users to view and the report and its data. Exactly as you see it. This is basically giving a proxy access of your security in terms of report export. How understood this line is clear. Regardless of the security, it means since you are there into HR administrator having all the security access, somebody is sitting in the finance team often doesn't allow to view more of the HR related functions or fields. They ask a report or the payroll team at all. They purely believe on the Excel output they provide them. They don't have access to view the same set of data into the word grid system. What they ask is we want to share the report to Logan. Instead of Logan, we select Betty. Betty-o. Either security user, authorized user or security group, anything you add here. Then report criteria. Scheduling recurs every day. Recurs every day here start. time. Let's try this frequency as 9:34 is here on. So the screen selector is 40 and 40. Output file. It's good. I think we have added a lot of values here, which the report character criteria doesn't feel compatible with. It has not updated. It any value. This is your scheduling. Go to the reporting. Back this. Is your custom report in terms of sort and filter. Sorting allows you to provide your data into a direction ascending order, descending order. You can just, if you want to have it, check it, click on edit. Let's say you just want to have a higher date categorized in ascending format. Oh, you add here one value. Here I add it. Click. You either type the report name directly, field name directly, or search fields available in the report. Let's say you want held it in ascending format or in descending format. We will require this in ascending format, and in the filter you have again option to check the applicable fields which can be allowed, which can be basically entered here to create a filter. Let's say we want to have a report based on gender. Out of 3,000 employees in the system, how many are male and how many are female? What in the selection list? These the what are called operator. These operator means they are basically bridging the gap between the field and the comparison value. Frequently used for fill for options are here, and in all there are 5 or 6, I believe. More than that, what we use is, and it keeps changing based on the type of field available in the selection list, means whatever comparison value. Let's say we add female here. After selecting this, the comparison value will be available to edit. We select here female. What the conditions? Reporting condition. Tell the Workday that female is in the selection. List of gender report. Sorry, gender data. If this is matching, then you have your report ready with the exact output, sorry, and also if it is not matching or not working exactly either. You have a error or you have a what you can say alert. What select here? You have your options available and these options are taken out from this filter. field filter. We select female here. We have added a sorting condition and a filter condition, and now run the report. Out of 3 to under 6, we have this much numbers of female in our organization. The organization wants to bridge the gap as part of the gender diversity program. They want a report, and sometimes they want a report based on GAT, department as department wise, as particular department, how many, what is the gender ratio there, and what are the scope of filing, filling the empty positions in terms of or gender disparity. It's line 40 can take a proxy of this employee to check the report. Security proof. Proxy is not enabled. Security history. It should be enabled. This is one we have assigned for Earth. Proxy is not enabled. We have betted. Betty Liu is not allowed to have proxy bad decision. You should have checked it. First, new lesson for you. You need to check first while doing the testing in. So we should have checked. Miss precious minutes. Any question in the simple report operations, any functions. After that, move to advanced. Report no, but when we practice, we may have some questions. Great. Next time we will assign someone as authorized user. It or you can change. To authorize users in this report as what you do to search the report. Definition you created. You have your task name is sorry. The type would be type RD. That stands for report definition, then colon and your report name safe space. Matthew. Oh, somebody created employee list of this material. We will create a new report, that is advanced report, create custom report. Functions working simultaneously. Instead of that first, which I was telling you, CF space material to change the recipient from. Scheduling. Open your report. Go to existing scheduling. Schedule. Feature processes include expired run ones. Frequency for the same report, we had two different frequency. One is the weekly frequency and another one is daily frequency. This is Let's check if we have the value of the report. Schedule feature process. Open the one which we recently marked as one of the user to. As a recipient in new or basically on the related action here, I opened in a new to check whether we have optioned or not. Instead of go to schedule feature process, you can suspend the current process. You can edit schedule recurrence occurrence. I think this is one which we can change it. Request name. This allows you to basically first time override, 5-time override, sorry. When you want to override this fire date and fire time zone, these are the available schedules for you to make changes on or after. Since we had added for the daily recurrences, this is to avoid, sorry, this is to override the change from here. 10th is Tuesday. Fire date remains 10th or you can change it. From 9th, as we will be changing from this date, fire time you can change. The occurrence time next possible time you can provide here instead of. Populating the report or extracting a report on 9040, we want this report to be. Start on 5 minutes or 10 minutes after our class start, which is 8 to 40 again times. On limit same, or you can basically click on delete this schedule launch. Click on this task was completely completed successfully. We have done. The added scheduled recurrence, we basically override the occurrence here. Another option is to edit the name of the employee or name of the recipient who would be receiving the. You can edit the environment restrictions, transfer the ownership of the schedule process. It's just the one. Anyone having their tenant open now. Wait a minute, let me check. We are not allowed 2.2 tenants, sorry. Start proxy. Thank you. And my what it says, editing schedule will delete all our written. Occurrences. Next, I mean tomorrow 9 to 40, we have this report added and aligned with these two people, we will add one more, that is Logan is by any chance. We do not have proxy to this. At least no one is there. You allowed good. Scheduling is done. Prompting sorry. Filtering is done. Sorting is done. Anything left to understand or any questions far in this simple report, or we move ahead with the advanced report. Shall we proceed with advanced report? Report to save time. What we need is we are copying this simple. Report to advanced report it instead of investing couple of minutes on. A different alignment, adding 7 rows and doing this sorting and filter to save the time. What you need to is basically click on the related action. It won't come again. And the second option in the custom. Here you have before the configure alert and after I did change to advanced report. This option will reflect between these two field and then we are added here. It's done. Click on done the change. Has been completed. You now are viewing the simple reports functionality into advanced report. What all advanced feature you have here is temporary report, function enable as web service option, enable as worksheet option. If you are using it for present analytics, present reporting in your organization, you can utilize that phase. It's remember you do the shopping on your e-commerce website, be it any Amazon, Mantra, Flipkart, and you have multiple options there as part of narrow down your search for particular brand or particular object type you need. For example, you need a watch. What type of dial you want? What type of dial? Of the color of the dial you want? Whether it is in sphere, whether it is in rectangle, whether it is in square, whether it is for leather, original leather or artificial. Leather or metal strap, all these there are. These are called as facets. Similarly, report also have the option of facets. We will enable this and learn this. Then you have your prompts which are there as part of default, and you can add your own prompts. Prompt will the prompt section allows you whether you mark any particular prompt as a required, any prompt you do not want to see at runtime, or any prompt you do not include in the subtitle. We will address this function apart from what are the output available for us to view the report. In simple report, remember these four options were not there. We were only given columns, sort and filter. In the advanced report, we have prompts, we have output, we have share, we have advanced. We will go one by one in edit mode. Also, there is one more function or input. Addition in this advanced report. What is that? Anyone help me understand? In the report structure, it's there on screen. What is something new to us? When they changed a simple report to the advanced one or even sub-filter. Good, anything else, even if you create a new report, new advanced report, instead of doing the change, you will have the same option again. It's the business object earlier. We directly have a field option to populate and run the report. We now have a business object. We now have a format. As and an option as option was there as but format thing and business objectives. These two new columns we have why, what is the need of. For any idea what is the need of format? The format is a basic structure of anything. It could be for any report, it could be for any documents, the basic structure. About what all things are, can you create any document in the report field? No, not. In the report field, sorry, the document cannot be created in the report field. The report, this format is nothing but alignment with web service option. Remember, web service utilizes CSV format, XML format, sorry. XML format requires a specific formatting. It doesn't allow you to add. It is not enabled yet. I have not saved yet. I have not saved it. Yes, let me see if one it doesn't. Allow you to add anything with the space here. It has to be either connect two words either connected with an underscore or no space at all. Because report in the web service level the view worker type and prompt qualified, and none combination must be specified in the prompt default. Now, you see here column heading override XML alias. This is when you enable a web service. Option format is when you add any numerical value. That numerical value how to represent that numerical value. Let's say you add any cost center value or you need any, you add a compensation detail, then that format. Option enables and wherever or any formatting invisibility of the data in the report. Only then the format option enables. This is where when you add enable web service option, which means you are adding this report or you are making this report enable or available for utilizing in outbound integration. XML, that XML format doesn't allow space between two words, which is why it has automatically marked here as underscore. Wherever there is a space, underscore is there. Wherever there is no space, no. Words, either these are no space or there is underscore here based on its own. Reading, here you can add further details, anything else you want to add here. And also you can change the business object as for example probation. Let's select with. Let's check whether we are able to add a provision or not. Change of business object is directly related with data source filter and primary business object. If the changed business object you are adding here is not directly related with primary business object, remember that list. The business object list we have understood during the last class after data source related to and related from. If it is not related to the data source and business object directly in the upper parameter, you won't be able to add that report or even add it. The result will be null and void or blank. It has to be in the sync of the primary business object. Compensation is one of the business object that can be considered as a related business object of worker. Thank you. This field is directly related to business object and the business object is directly related to or indirectly related to data source. I think we need to make refresh. The override column heading, override by XML, automatically fills out once you add a field. Here's taking some time, it automatically fits. Let's see whether this particular row we have added as part of another business object and field is working fine or not. Group column headings must be specified for all subgroups. Missing subgroup combination grade will add it is asking us that since we have changed the business object we have to provide a business object group column heading. By default you have list. Of group default group headings which need to be added. Also, the naming convention is 15 letters is the maximum naming convention which the column heading override XML alias is supporting. Anything that you see more than 15 letters. 15 count Workday shows an alert, the 4 alerts. Was showing earlier it is. I believe it should be for 1, 2, 3. No alerts at all. Great, now run the report. We have our filter there 291. Compensation grade is reflecting here. Team member management executive. Whatever is there for all management, support management, hardly somebody. Created as compensation grade for hardly. We will be seeing our grade as when. You click on CF, complete CF for your own record purpose. You can extract or share. It with anyone else in the system. Instead of scheduling, you can extract the report from here or from here as difference between extracting a report. From here and here is that you extract the report from here, it will give you the list of headers or basically data from here, only headers and whatever is the head count in this report. For example, 291 items will be reflecting here the moment you click on this Excel file. Export your document. Extracting file from here is basically keeping the file name and any parameter you have added during extraction of the report. Export document download. You can download it. You can open this report. See how 290 items are there. 292 including header. This is one if you extract the report from here. Everything remains same except the name of the report and any parameter is there or not. Since we do not have any parameter here, it will only include name of the report in the first line. And parameters are blank, not keeping up. Otherwise, these are prompts. first 4 rows being taken up by field with the report name and prompts here and rest effective. Row number, column number 5. We have the same value 2982. You can have this report in the PDF format as and in the worksheet format as. A few more examples of this prompt feature. Let me refresh it. It's turning too slow. Hello, go to edit, go to prompt. In the prompt section, first of all, let's disable it for the value. In the prompt value, default is no default value. Even in the report we extracted, there is no default value against all these things. Here, if you want to have these things required during runtime and want your recipient or user fill the detail every time as a part of the required, you can check it the moment you check it contingent worker type. Sorry, this worker type, not this one. This one will ask you to put the value every time and how it works, we will test it. Click on text. See, it asks you the field worker type is required and must have a value type here. Two selectable values are there. Employee. This is one way. Second way is these are regular employees and having all the details same as previously. Instead of doing the test, we should be running the report completely. With contingent worker this time. Out of 291 female employees, we are having a record of and 17 employees who are marked as contingent worker. The prompt is working fine and the required value is also working fine. Next is, let's say, your management or anyone who is complaining again. We have to wait to the runtime window and we have to edit some sort of values. We don't want that much of involvement in the runtime, and whenever we execute the report name from here, it automatically show the data. This is their exact requirement. We don't want to be in trouble of making the prompt value up and down again. Delete or edit again, uncheck it, it says do not. On runtime, this is one requirement. Worker type, and in this default type select. Specify default value. Now that you are specifying the default value in the structure, as it won't ask for anything else. Instead, just deliver the report you want into contingent worker only. Now that you have asked, every time we run the report, we need this value, and we don't want to see the prompt in the runtime window dialog box the moment you click on Run. We have the value straightforward. Without clicking on Extra or selecting the parameter or all sort of this looks good. Makes your work a bit easy. Somehow, what is the doubt then? Oh, see, the doubt will come up and we will practically do this as of now. It is smoothly. This is my temperature. It's smoothly running. But once we will start doing ourselves, then the output will come up. Same happens for everyone. Not a new issue. It's been since ages. And it will be in the same situation for next coming ages. We are done with the prompt as output pretty much easy and straightforward. How you want your report to display. Go to Out. Advanced report only have this much of functionality. Primary thing is column. And after that reporting ends here. The game changer is calculated field. Everything happens on calculated field and selection of data source and primary version. Subject, if you are pro at it or if you make yourself pro at it, you are basically a champion of the reporting and not basically asking any one of you to change your mind, but reporting. Is the only, apart from security configurator or all these, reporting is the only domain or function you can say or module which gives you an edge over the market to earn at the highest level. There is no bar exactly currently filled in the market, which is stopping and report writer to earn as high as they can based on their skills. This basically you have option to extract your report in tabular format, which is very standard everywhere. You see a report into a standard tabular format. However, you have your chart and table as we want to display our report in somehow advanced version type. We want to take the benefit of visualization, then chart our option top. Value top end values 50. This functions, this and this. Some remaining values. Categories for label manager. Series for legend. Oh, we don't have series for legend. Category for label. We want to change it from manager to hide it or for that matter. Supervised reorganization. A legend we don't have. Then in that case, chart type. We need to change the chart type from cluster to donut. This will help us remove this series field. Worklet option enter the. This is still not gone. This is worklet option enable. See enable as workload option allows you to use this report in your dashboard. You have your dashboard, my dashboard, or HRR partner dashboard, or any dashboard, or on your home screen worklets that we will be understanding in. Basically, this is also in part of advanced reporting. But we will take care of this in this class, a refresh every time you launch. The data, it will refresh default. Worklet icon is default, run different report. When maximized, display the worklet. When maximized option, you have more options. Help text, you want to provide any more information about this. Let's check for. This why it is not coming up supervised reorganization gender. If this does not, then the option of chart and table is useless. I just found it says specify the value to be displayed in the pie chart for all. Specify one or more field that should be used for the series in the chart. The value selected displays activated doesn't. Let's leave this. It's not working filter by. It's not working. I need to check on this chart interval function. For the time being, we just select. Even if we select chart we will require for legend, I will check why the tenant is not supporting this one maybe. The setup is not correctly mapped. Maybe the setup is not correctly marked. I just wanted to have your output type defined, but it's not working now. Share option is nothing but just give you the authority to this report. Who all can have you share with all authorized group means whosoever. Having report writer or report admin access along with the particular domain they will be having this report function automatically. Specify with the authorized users and groups makes you enable those users who are not in HR or not in the scope of accessing this report. But business wants you or somehow secretly. You want to have the access to that report. Don't do that providing a secret access to anyone else. Will be a compliance in your organization if business want you for any specified project on documentation, let's say finance, people need to be added in particular report. You can just provide finance group name here, finance group name here, or one or two people out of that group in this list. Advanced is already aware. You are aware of it. You can view option freeze first column. Enable preferred currency, enable save parameters, and web service option is there. When we run the integration, we will use this report as part of enable web service in the outbound. File facets you can utilize next 2 minutes. We will end the class. Before that, we will utilize this facets one. Or anything location. Worker type. Worker type. Gender, we have added 3 facets. Facets are something that you can further drill down your report instead of going again and again into the parameters on screen. You can see the record, active record, and live record. Just edit this one, otherwise we won't be having the set of Dell. Just 2 more minutes. Thank you. Removing filters. Now run the report and we have our facets enabled. You now have 3 to 6 results appear. Along with that, you have a search window here. Now, this overall structure is somewhat similar to search bar report, but the only thing is that we have customized the current advanced report into the level of search bar report. You have your facets here enabled, which is somewhat similar to your and things, and you can customize your search for the report functions. How many males are there? How many females are there? How many employees reporting to tell us? Similarly, your live result will get screwed. I mean narrow down to the exact search here out of, or this is the facets feature. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.